Dharapetrisana 2. Warrior to pose. Named after Hindu god who incarnated as a human, enhances the strength and stamina of beginner and advanced yogis alike. In the pose, your front knee bends to create a stretch in your hips. Your arms engage and extend straight out from your shoulders, and your gaze or drizzle remains calm and steady toward your front hand. It is the second of 3 poses dedicated to Vibhadra. When you stay in the pose for any length of time, you strengthen your resolve and focus. Remain internally focused on your physical and mental sensations. Become aware of any discomfort and discern whether your desire to straighten your leg and release your arms comes from a physical need or a psychological want. Always act according to your need in the moment. This discernment is the discipline and strength of a true warrior. Sanskrit. Dharapetrisana 2. Dharapetrisana. Dharapedra equals the name of a fierce warrior, an incarnation of Shiva, described as having 1,000 heads, 1,000 eyes, and 1,000 feet, wielding 1,000 clubs and wearing a tiger skin. Pose basics. Pose type standing posture. Targets hip flexibility benefits. The posture strengthens your core, including your abs and back muscles, as well as the hip flexors, gluteal muscles, inner thigh, and ankle of the bent leg. In your back leg, the pose stretches the hip flexors, hamstring and calf muscles. Warrior 2 stretches your chest, stretches and strengthens your shoulders, and increases your endurance, one bent knee at a time. Other Warrior to perks. Improves posture and counteracts the effects of prolonged sitting. How to face the long side of your mat. With your arms stretched straight out from your shoulders and your feet parallel to each other, in a wide stance. You want your ankles approximately beneath your wrists. Turn your right foot and knee to face the front of the mat. Angle your left toes slightly in toward the upper left corner of the mat. Bend your right knee and stack it over your right ankle. Distribute your weight evenly between both legs. Press down through the outer edge of your back foot. Keep the crown of your head stacked over your pelvis and your shoulders over your hips. Reach strongly through both arms toward the front and back of the mat and turn your head to look past your right fingertips. Stay here for 5 to 10 breaths. To come out of the pose, exhale as you press down through your feet. Then inhale and straighten your legs. Return your feet to parallel, facing the left, long side of the mat. Repeat on the other side. Beginner tips. Some teachers will ask you to bend your front knee to a 90-degree angle or bring your front thigh parallel to the mat. This is not essential. Pay attention instead to whether your front knee tends to fall inward toward the center of the mat. Resist this by drawing your knee toward the little toe side of your foot. Explore the pose. There's an outdated notion that your front thigh must be parallel to the mat, and the front knee must bend at precisely 90 degrees. In Warrior 2, each body will have a different expression. In this pose, simply bend your front knee as much as you feel able, and keep it aligned directly above, and not in front of your ankle. To ensure proper shoulder alignment, as you extend your arms, turn your palms and inner elbow creases to face the ceiling, while you draw your shoulder blades down the back. Then keep your shoulder blades stable, while you turn your wrists and palms to face the mat again. Feel the difference. Be mindful, don't let your front knee move in front of your ankle. Also, your front knee will tend to drift inward toward the center of the mat. If you notice this, lean your knee in the opposite direction, toward the pinky toe side of your foot, and keep your knee stacked directly over the center of your ankle. Avoid or modify the pose if you have a hamstring or groin tear or injury, or if you have a hip injury or hip replacement. Practice the pose with the help of a chair or the wall. For additional stability, teacher tips. Offer students the option to lessen the intensity by bending the front knee to their level of ability or comfort. Encourage those whose shoulders are tight or injured to keep their hands at their hips or bring their palms together at the center of the chest in Warrior 2 variations. Warrior 2 against a wall. To help maintain your balance in this pose, place a block between your shin and the wall for stability. This also prevents your knee from going in front of your ankle. Warrior 2 using a chair. Sit on the edge of a chair and move your thighs into Warrior 2 position, as outlined in the instructions above. Lift your arms parallel to the ground, or keep your hands on your hips. What we love about this pose. Warrior 2 is one of those poses that is as strengthening and grounding as it is opening and lengthening. A rare combination. It makes me feel like a fierce goddess, patiently ready for battle. The way it opens my hips while strengthening my legs is unlike any other posture, and it's one that I genuinely look forward to in any practice. I love that from this pose. You can move almost anywhere. Artikandra Sana half moon. Apatapasa Pakana Sana. Extended side angle. Warrior 1 or 3 or down and into another sun salutation. It's an empowering home base that makes you feel like a warrior of light.